Well, hello and welcome back to the channel and another Fiesta ST video. So in today's video I really want to get this car running and I'm going to use your suggestions and your ideas to try and get there. Alright then, so starting off where the last video ended, we were having trouble getting this car to start. It's in some kind of crash shutdown mode, so I put the problem out to you guys, and as always you've come out with all these ideas for me, so thank you very much to all of you that did comment and give me your idea. And in this video we're going to go through all them ideas and hopefully get this car running. So I'm going to start off the most simplest ones, and the quickest and easiest for us to do is an idea from Sparkplug Steve. I'm sure you've all seen his channel. He's got a couple of these cars, races one or does track days in one. Seems to know his stuff about these cars, and he suggested that with the bit of plug that we had still in remaining in the crash sensor plug, possibly that was causing an issue, and that to reset the fuel cut-off or the crash cut-off, all you need to do on these cars is to disconnect the battery, give it a few minutes and then reconnect it and it should be fine. So I've taken out the remains of the plug, or the sensor should I say, out the plug. So there's nothing in there at all now. I'm going to disconnect the battery, give it a couple of minutes and see if that helps. So I'll whip these battery terminals off now, and in a couple of minutes I'll come back to you and we'll have a go and see if this car will start. Right, so I've had this battery now disconnected for about 10 minutes, so we'll put it back on, tighten the terminals back up. There we go. Both terminals nice and tight. As I said before, nothing in the plug. We will just make sure that the Clifford is disarmed. So the Clifford light is flashing inside, it's alarmed. That should now be unalarmed. Still flashing for some reason. I have a feeling the alarm's going to go off when I open this door. Right, so I took the plunge and jumped in the car. The alarm didn't go off, but we've ended up with a flat battery, so I couldn't even try it. So I pulled the battery off. It's over there on a charger, and we'll have to give that a bit of time to get some juice into it. So whilst we're waiting, and sorry about the noise outside, whilst we're waiting we will check an idea that Cars for Paul posted up. Again, he's got a channel, he's got one of these. He said that he had the exact same issue and it turned out to be loose spark plugs. So someone had appeared to have tampered with his car at auction, basically to make it a non-runner, so that it goes for a bit cheaper. So I'll pull the plastic cover off, we'll whip all the coil packs off, and we'll have a look and see if these spark plugs are loose whilst we're waiting for that battery to charge up. So we've checked all in spark plugs now, and unfortunately they were all tight. So thanks for the idea, Paul, I appreciate it, but unfortunately in this case it's not our problem. So we've had that battery charging a little bit now. I'm going to throw it back on and see if we have any difference if it starts, should I say. So yeah, give us a sec, I'll put it back on. We'll have another go. With the battery, terminals are tight. Let's have another try at starting this up. Right in here. Oh, that sun's shining right through that gap in the door. Exactly the same. So it started and then instantly turned off. Try it again. Nothing this time. And we're definitely, do you know, disarmed. See, the alarm's definitely off. It's really weird because, like I said, you can hear the fuel pump prime. Hear it then. And there's definitely fuel in it. Almost 3/4. It's strange, it goes to fire and then stops. Okay. Well, that's 2 options down. We've checked the plugs. We definitely had nothing in that plug now. And I've had the battery off for a while to reset it all. Still nothing. I still kind of think that a crash sensor should be in there. I know Spark Plug Steve said he runs his without it. So what we're thinking now then? So I had a couple of other suggestions of potential places where fuel cutoff is. I'll be honest, I'm not convinced there is one. I've had a good look through the manual. There's no mention of it, to be honest. And if you've got the likes of people like, you know, Spark Plug Steve saying a simple disconnection of the battery would reset the fuel cutoff. Do you know, these guys have looked at these cars, he's ripped them apart. And he hasn't mentioned to us anything about a fuel cutoff switch. So I'll have a little look in the boot. I'll take the boot liner out and have a look somewhere around where that filler cap is, see if there is anything, and I'll have another good look in the footwells. I've got most of the covers off in there anyway when I was looking for the Clifford module. So I'll have another quick look in there, make sure there's nothing obvious, no switches anywhere. With no issues with the fuses on the battery terminals, so we wouldn't get any lights at all if that were blown. I'm going to try my OBD reader again. For some reason, the other day, it just wouldn't, it'd pick up the car and then it instantly disconnected again. It's a Wi-Fi one. So it just pairs up to my phone, but it is really bad signal up here and I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. It shouldn't do really, it's Wi-Fi, isn't it? It's not, don't need a phone signal. So yeah, I'll have a good look in the boot, I'll have a look in the footwells. I'm going to try my ODB reader again and get that out of the water. And I will come back to you with any progress. I've checked this car all the way through now and I can't find any switch or anything anyway. I've checked all the footwells, checked all in the boot, can't see anything. So I've tried my OBD reader again, but it won't pick up the car for some reason. I can't connect to it, so I'm going to go over to my brother's garage and just borrow his scanner. So I'll fly over there, get the scanner, come back, and when I get back we'll scan this car and hopefully it's going to tell us something, because I'm a bit stuck now. So I'll see you shortly. Right, we're back. Got the scanner, that little room here. Let's see what this tells us. Hopefully I have to always think what car I'm in now, because I've got so many of them. Auto. Ignition's on. Okay. No engine codes. Some on the anti-lock brakes, but see, airbag code's 3. This is what concerns me. 9 on the anti-lock brakes, not worried about them. Airbag code's 3. Audio control module 1. Front control display interface code modules 2. Shut panel 4. Panel control model. So there's a whole host there. What I want to do is just read what these are. Airbag codes. What's going on here? I don't want to do this. Just do the airbag ones again. Battery voltage. Driver frontal restraint sensor. Yeah, okay. So we'll just wipe the whole thing down. Because the battery's been on and off so many times, and we'll have some faults from that. So everything's cleared. Let's do another code scan. There we go. So everything seems to be going except for that one code on the airbag system, which is that plug that's unplugged. Like I said before, spark plug Steve said you can have that unplugged and it'll run. So let's just let it finish and make sure, and we'll see if it'll start. Accessory protocol interface module, there's one. So driver frontal restraint sensor and the USB port. So yeah, it's just that sensor. So Steve said it'll run. Let's see. What is going on? Battery's starting to die again. One last scan. So I'm sticking with my original theory that it can see that and won't let the car run. Whether I'm right or not, it remains to be seen, but there is nothing else that can be causing it, because there isn't any other codes. There are only 2 codes on the whole car. Is that driver frontal restraint sensor, which we know we've unplugged, and a USB port, which isn't going to stop the car from running. So I'm going to take a picture of that fault code, Google that. I will have to take the scanner back to the garage now, and it looks like this car isn't going to run until we replace that sensor. Well, right guys, well that is the end of this video, and unfortunately it still doesn't run, but I'm very happy in the fact that we've scanned it and there is only one fault code on this car, and it all comes down to this crash sensor. So we get a new crash sensor, we plug it in, there's no reason why it won't run. Also the computer's telling me. So thank you everyone for the suggestions, it's very much appreciated. I've checked everything you've said, we've gone through it all, you've seen it on the video, and we've come to the conclusion that it must be the crash sensor stopping this car from running. So I'm not going to order a crash sensor on its own. They're £30, you can get a front panel with the sensor in for like 50. So it doesn't make sense. So on the next video I'm just going to strip this car down, find all the list of parts we need, get them all ordered, and once they come in with that crash sensor on, we will then plug it in and we'll see if we can get it running then, and there's no reason why it shouldn't. So that is it for this video. Thank you again for watching, hope you're enjoying the ST series, and I will see you next time. Cheers.